So today we're diving into some major leaks for Plants vs Zombies 3. It looks like a pretty huge update is on the horizon and data miners have uncovered a wealth of new content. This is probably the biggest update we've seen for this game, adding more plants and zombies in one go than ever before, restructuring of existing systems and lots of new features. So let's flipping do this. However, before we jump into all of that stuff, I've got to first mention Snoozy the Talking Taco. Yeah, we've got a new character who looks absolutely amazing, and he also has like a, I don't know whether it's a potential zombie transformation. It looks like a zombie taco. Maybe he's got like two personalities, or they could just be two separate characters. But there is speculation that this could mean we might be seeing the return of Taco Time, and this is more apparent because it seems like there's a lot of other returning plants and like features from the original version of PvZ 3. So yeah, we could be getting some of those features that people actually enjoyed from the original version. So let's start off by looking at some completely new plants. Now these are actual original creations. These aren't just ones from other games. They're actually new plants. So we've got Arrowhead. This is a bit of a weird design. Looks kind of concept arty at the moment, but presumably this is based on the Arrowhead vine. That's what I found on Google. And we also have Screen Beams. Now there's no info about these. We've just got the images at the moment. There's a bit of speculation around Screen Beams. It could possibly be fake or it's just being scrapped. We've had a bit of additional context from the main data miner of these assets. Like they seem to be almost finished. Like the images have a background, but the plant design seems the most unfinished, so it could have just been a temp scrapped thing. Moving on to a plant we have seen images of before. I assume this was snake grass, but it's not. This is called Cobra Lily, and we've got a better look at the animations now. So this has been put into Unity, and we can actually see that this plant has two states. You've kind of got your normal, but then it turns red at one point, so maybe that's like when the zombies get too close. It's also got a tail that suggests to me like it can attack backwards, but that's just my speculation. They almost look like you know, like two fists. And I also think it's safe to assume that this can be planted on water. We've also had an update to Potato Mine. We did actually see this in the latest monthly article. He was like sneakily hiding in the background, but we've had a design update. I'll put them next to each other. So yeah, they've slightly adjusted the shape of Potato Mine. So yeah, nothing else on that, but yeah, the design has been updated. And then we've also got Pine Needler, which you will remember from the old version of PvZ 3. Again, no additional information on that. Moving over to zombies, we have a set of images that come from Parasol Zombie on Discord that showcases the new zombies and the environments they are expected to appear in first. This is yet to be officially confirmed though. Most of these we already know about, and we've either seen in game or in previous titles or in previous versions of PvZ 3, Screen Door and Parasol Zombie, for example. We've also got a zombie we've not seen for a long time, Deadlift Zombie. This was originally from the pre-alpha version of PvZ 3, and I think it's actually in some fan games. So Deadlift Zombie was able to throw other zombies further forward, so this guy could be making a comeback. Hiker Zombie, this is possibly a new type or just a reskin of the basic brown coat, and we've actually got some animations of these. They're not very long, but they've, yeah, at least give you an idea. And that's pretty much all the new zombies for the moment. Now, as well as all of these, you know, new character additions, there's also a lot of gameplay elements that are appearing, and we're either seeing development on features we already know about or just some new ones in general. So let's talk about the survival guide, which we learned about fairly recently, and we have this image here that has some new icons. So it looks like this survival guide, whilst it's going to tell you what zombies are in the level, it'll also tell you a bit about the environment and the obstacles. Also, thank you to Zmug for sending me this. They actually put these labels on, which is very helpful. So yeah, there's lots of different ones on here. I think some of the most interesting ones here really are gravestones. You know, that could suggest that they are going to be coming back as actual obstacles. Obviously, if it's nighttime, fog, lightning, yeah, water surge. Oh God, water surge. And yeah, so there's lots of so it's going to be, yeah, a bit more useful than just telling you what the zombies are. You know, it's going to give you information about the level itself. Over on the pick a plant side of things, we've had a slight update in terms of just, right, it's just an image of the swap button. I'm not sure why there's a separate button to switch which plants you've got going on, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. We also had other little images like the locked symbol for if you've not unlocked all the seed packets, for example. We then have some files labeled flash sale. Initially this was speculated to be like an almanac, but it's likely just some flash sale ads. However, more files do suggest that the almanac will indeed be in the game in some form, and we also have some additional assets that were leaked that are potentially related to bundles, shop items, or new game modes, though their exact use is still a bit unclear. This includes stuff like these tiered lunch boxes, which could potentially work like a loot box like in the original version of PvZ 3. More excitingly though, we do have this map image that appears to indicate 3 new areas. So we've kind of got a sports field, a sports area, there's like a little park, and then there's a building that I'm trying to work out what it is. Is it a school? Is it a town hall? Is it a library? I don't know. It's not completely clear, but it looks like it's got a car park and a few bits and bobs. So yeah, it looks like the map's getting expanded quite heavily. Whilst we're on the topic of new maps, we also got this list of areas, I suppose, and it looks like the volcano part of the game is back on the menu, which is very, very awesome to see. Now, before we finish up, I have to mention this. As you can see on here, there was a message that was found in the files that was essentially saying that everybody's progress would be reset. Now, whilst that was a bit of a cause for alarm, particularly for people who'd like gone through the 400 levels or however many it is, so there was a bit of a concern. Now, Nick Trunks did try and alleviate some of the concerns, as like there hadn't been anything official at the time. But later in the day, PopCap actually posted on Twitter. They replied to Newspaper Zombie, saying, "We have made some big changes to the first time user experience and the first few levels of the game. Rest assured, this will only affect players who haven't already completed the starting levels of PvZ 3. So yeah, nothing to worry about, but I do kind of feel with the changes they're bringing in, it probably is advised to start again, because, you know, a lot of the levels and progressions and everything will probably feel quite different. So overall, the leaks seem to suggest that the upcoming update will not just restructure the game, but introduce significant new content. Obviously, we've got new zombies, plants, gameplay mechanics, and interestingly, the return of some of the features from the original PvZ 3 game, which, you know, some of the features that we actually enjoyed. And I think in retrospect, a lot of people preferred the original version now, because it was at least a little bit more PvZ related. So yeah, if they're making all these big changes, and yeah, I think when this drops, I think this is going to be sort of a warrant to probably restart the whole thing and see how it actually runs, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going in the right direction. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below. But other than that, remember to like and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Okay, thanks guys. Bye. Bye.